We kind of kicked this around, earlier in the year. What are we doing with the preseason rankings now? Because I wonder if they didn't exist. For me, I would still be as interested as I am, but from the TV standpoint, when you've got a little number next to a name and it's being featured,
it made it a bigger loss, right?
Well, but a bigger game.
You're a winless team. You're 0-4. You can't seem to get it right. You fire your coach, bringing in new coaches, and you play a top 10 rated team. There's no possible way that you could come to the conclusion that there's an upset that's going to take place in that game.
So, let me ask you this. If they got rid of the preseason rankings and they didn't have those anymore, how many weeks into the season before you would then start ranking teams?
You'd wait for the college football playoff committee.
Okay.
I don't think it's a bad idea, honestly.
I also think, why can't we have the committee start week 3, week 4? You've seen 4 games and you don't feel like you can start to put together a list of what you're thinking about these teams?
Yeah. After seeing what I've seen and experiencing what I've experienced this year, I don't – the only thing that I would say is I don't know that these losses and wins are as big as they are without a ranking attached to the game.
No, you're right. You're right.
That would be the only thing that I would say would be a drawback, because if I don't know how good you are, then I don't know how big of a win. I'm not able to conceptually say, okay, this team is an 0-4 team, but it could be I know it might sound crazy. It could be a hell of an 0-4 team. It really could possibly be a really good winless team, and they just needed to get on track. And you don't want to be the team. I remember saying that before the game, old UCLA supporter and booster. We were talking at this tailgate. He says to me, "I'm just here. I had my tickets for 40 years. I don't miss a game. This is just going to be a horrible day." And I was like, it might not be. I mean, you just never know when a team figures it out. And for us, we just hope they don't figure it out today. And maybe they haven't figured it out, but they figured it out for one afternoon. And so to me, if there's no rating, I don't really know. I don't have it's you make the expectation off of their record. You don't make the expectation off of how the media and how the general public views the team, right? Your top 10, I believe that you're a really, really good team. I've already come to the conclusion. If you're in the top 25, I already have come to the conclusion you're one of the teams that they've chosen. You're one of the good teams. If you're not, it's okay, I expect something different. So it's you already created that expectation. But I don't know, man. This year has been pretty interesting. At least for me personally, that whole idea of it's been pretty interesting, because we're not playing like a top 10 team for certain.
Well, last week you weren't. I mean, I thought the week before you did. But
no, man.
Versus Oregon?
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
I don't know, man. That was a battle. That was a brawl. I disagree in that regard.
I'll just say it didn't feel like we were ever really until the end of the third quarter, or it just didn't really feel as competitive as I would have liked it to felt for me. And that was
they didn't run away with it.
No, they did not. They did not run away with it, and it was tied at halftime, and it was a low-scoring affair. But I mean, what played out was a defense that was worn out because they were on the field too long. The offense didn't really produce too much. Too many 3-and-outs early on in the game, and a bend but don't break mentality. At some point, the break is coming, and it did come in the vein of the second overtime. But I all I'm saying is for me, I don't want to have the expectation of this is my team. I'm a fan of this team. They're rated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I'm seeing them and they don't play like they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't want to be in that situation. As a fan, I'd rather not be in that situation. So leave us all unrated and earn it.
You think we'll get to a place where they just don't have the rankings at all?
No, because TV networks will never.
I mean, I
They'll
just
never let that happen. You're choking on that phlegm, boy. You got to
Yeah,
get it
man,
up
sorry.
out of there. Go ahead.
They'll never let that happen. They'll never let that happen. So, it is what it is. But that'll never happen.
Hey, by the way, they were saying there was 39,000 and change at the Rose Bowl. You buying those numbers, Var, or is that inflated?
I wouldn't buy 39,000.
It
If
just
I was betting on the over/under on that, I would definitely have taken the under on
You know,
that.
like you know what is what's bothersome about that? Even if you're a UCLA fan, like, you only get so many games a year. Or if you're whether you season tickets, whatever. If you're a fan of UCLA, you only get so many games a year. You also don't get a lot of opportunities to see a program like Penn State in person. And now that they're in the Big Ten, you're getting all these chances to see all these great schools that you never got to see before, and they're still drawing flies.
Well, I mean, your team stinks.
Yeah, but
and it's not about coming to see your team get throttled by another team that's come into town to blow through.
I'm going to say this, and LeVar is going to disagree. Football culturally is not as big in California. I'm sorry.
100%.
There's some really good football teams. There's talent. That doesn't mean culturally. It's like, again, LeVar, you have to think back to your younger days growing up in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Towns shut down.
Shut down.
Where's everyone? At the
Gone
game.
to the game. Yeah.
Literally, like they'll have signs in the windows
Gone to the
of
game.
all these towns in Ohio.
Yeah.
Go to Pennsylvania. It's gone to the game. Closed. Gone. At the game.